Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Now we go to the problem. Before that we shall recall how to define the invertible function. We know that when we say that function is invertible means if function is both 1 and onto, both 1 and onto, then function is invertible, then inverse of the function exists. Suppose here function f from a to b is said to be invertible. If there exists a function, another function g from b to a such that GOF equal to identity function. Here in subscript place the domain of f set A and FOG equal to identity function. In subscript place the domain of G set B. I subscript B. Then we say that G is called inverse of F. G is called inverse of F means F is invertible. Or also we say that F is called inverse of G. Mind it. G is called inverse of F or F is called inverse of G. This means any composite function equal to identity function, then both functions are inverse of each other. That means G is called inverse of F, F is called inverse of G. Both F and G are inverse of each other. Now you go to the problem. Let f from x to y be an invertible function. Show that f has unique inverse. Here f is an invertible function means clearly its inverse exists. Show that it has f as unique inverse means every invertible function exists only one inverse. Only one inverse but not more than one inverse. Function is invertible means clearly its inverse exists but it is unique. Unique means only one. Here I am taking two inverse of the function. Let us take two inverse. Prove that they are equal. They are equal means clearly there exists unique inverse. Let f from x to y be an invertible function. Be an invertible function. Suppose let us two inverses g1 and g2 are two inverses of f. This means g1 is the inverse of f, g2 is the inverse of f. Here g1 means f from x to y function g1 is the inverse of means g1 is defined from here y to x. G2 also defined from G2 is the inverse of means G2 defined from here y to x. What is the domain of inverse function means here capital Y. What is the codomain of G1 means x. So then for all here I am taking one element in your domain. Small y belongs to set Y. Timing here I am taking FOG1 equal to identity function because here G1 is the inverse of F means clearly this composite function must be identity function. In subscript place write domain of G1. What is the domain of G1 means capital Y. I subscript Y. Suppose element here small y, here if you take this side means right side also you take same element y. And FOG2. Here G2 is the inverse of F means clearly FOG2 equal identity function. Identity function. Here in subscript place domain of G2. What is the domain of G2 means here capital Y here. Capital Y. Here if you take domain element small y means right side also we take domain element y. Here observe here FOG1 of y equal to IY of y. FOG2 of y means IY of y. This means both composite function equal to identity function. IY here IY. Therefore these two are equal. The next step I am writing FOG1 of y. This is equal to FOG2 of y. This is equal identity function. Then both are equal. Next step I am taking. Both are equal. Both composite functions are equal. Next we know that how to define. It is defined as f of g1 of y. It is defined as f of g2 of y. So we know that function is 1 1. F is 1 1 means we know that f of x1 equal to f of x2 implies that your domain x1, domain x2, domains are equal. x1 equal to x2. We know the definition. Two ranges are equal, implies that the domains are equal, x1 equal to x2, then f is 1, 1. Clearly, your function is invertible, means it is both 1, 1 and 2. Function is invertible, means clearly it is both 1, 1 and 2. Clearly, f is 1, 1 and also and 2. Here f is 1, 1 means your f domain is g1y, your f domain g2y. Two ranges are equal. Next step, according to definition of function, if 1, 1 function, domains are equal, g1 of y equal to g2 of y. Got it? Here f is 1, 1 means next step, the domains are equal, here g1 equal to g2. Here two domains are equal, y equal, then clearly it is g1 equal to g2, means g1 equal to g2. Here g1, g2 are two inverse of f, but what about means clearly they are equal. g1 equal to g2 means there exists only one inverse. Yes, f has unique inverse, means unique means only one inverse. Where is the one? Let f from x to y be an invertible function, means it is both 1, 1 and 2. We know that. Let possible take g1 and g2 are two inverse of f. g1 is the inverse of f, means g1 domain capital Y, codomain x here, g1 domain. g2 domain capital Y and codomain x. Then for all your y belongs to your set y, y belongs to set y, I am taking f for g, time being, no need to take gyf. f for g1 equal to identity function. What is the domain of g1 means capital Y, subscript plus capital Y. Here if you take element means right side also we have to take element, here element y, element y. And f for g2 equal to identity function. What is the domain of g2 means y, subscript plus capital Y. Here if you take domain element y means right side also you take domain element y. Clearly both composite functions are equal, each one equal to identity function. Therefore f for g1 equal to f for g2 equal to your identity function. Because these two are equal and it is defined f of g1 of y, this is equal to f of g2 of y. Clearly f is invertible, means f is 1, 1 means next clearly the domains are equal. Here f domain g1 of y, here f domain g2 of y. Then domains are equal, g1 of y is equal to g2 of y. So clearly your domains are equal, then clearly g1 equal to g2 means here two different inverse, clearly they are equal. Equal means there exists only one inverse, that is unique inverse. This means every invertible function has unique inverse. So I'll go to next problem. 16th problem. Consider f from set 1, 2, 3 to set A, B, C. So given by f of 1 equal to A, f of 2 equal to B and f of 3 equal to C, find f inverse and show that f inverse whole inverse equal to f. So consider f from set 1, 2, 3 to set A, B, C, given by, defined by f of 1 equal to A, f of 2 equal to B and f of 3 equal to C. Find f inverse and show that f inverse whole inverse equal to f. So here given that f from set 1, 2, 3 to set A, B, C defined as f of 1 equal to A, f of 2 equal to B and f of 3 equal to C. And this can be written as f of 1 equal to set form. A domain element 1 comma range element A 1 comma A, domain element 2 its related range element B, a domain element 3 its related range element C. What is the domain of the function means set 1, 2, 3. Codomain of the function means here set A, B, C. 1, 2, 3 set A, B, C. It is defined here. F of 1 equal to A means here 1 is mapping with A. F of 2 equal to B means 2 is mapping with B. f of 3 equal to c means 3 is mapping with c. Here we have to prove that f inverse whole inverse equal to f. One thing about it, if function is both 1 1 and onto means clearly function is invertible. Function is invertible means inverse of the function exists. So here, so clearly different elements of the domain are mapping with the different elements of the codomain. Then clearly what about function is 1 1. Got it. Clearly it is 1 1. Is it onto? Clearly range function set ABC. This is equal to codomain. Means every element of the codomain there exists at least one pre-image element. Therefore it is onto function. So it is both 1 1 and onto. Then inverse of the function exists. Its inverse exists. Correct. Yeah. So clearly f is both 1 1 and onto. 1 1 onto means yes, f is invertible. F is invertible means that is f inverse does exist. So clearly f inverse equal to f inverse equal to interchanging first and second elements of ordered pair in f in every ordered pair. Here 1 comma means here a comma 1, 2 comma b means b comma 2, 3 comma means c comma 3. What about this function? Here we have to prove that f inverse whole inverse. Here f inverse it is also a function. F inverse domain codomain. Domain elements here A, B, C. Here f inverse domain A, B, C. F inverse codomain 1, 2, 3. Correct. Here A is mapping with 1. F inverse domain element range element. A is mapping with 1. B is mapping with 2. C is mapping with 3. Clearly, what about f inverse? We know that f is invertible means then f inverse is also invertible. What about here f inverse? Observe here different elements of the domain are mapping with different elements of the codomain. Therefore f inverse is 1 1. Is it onto means every element of the codomain there exists at least one pre-image element. Therefore f inverse is onto. Clearly f inverse is both 1 1 and onto means f inverse is invertible. F inverse is invertible means inverse of this function exists. Inverse of this function f inverse. F inverse whole inverse. So clearly f inverse is both 1 1 and onto. Therefore f inverse is invertible. Invertible means that is its inverse of the function exists. F inverse whole inverse does exist. Then we can write f inverse whole inverse of this function. We are interchanging first and second elements of every ordered pair in f inverse. A comma 1 is 1 comma a, interchanging their first and second elements of ordered pair. 2 comma b, interchanging first and second elements of the ordered pair. 3 comma c. Here f, this is called as equation 1. F inverse also called as equation 2. From equations 1 and 2. What about from 1? F equal to 1 comma a, 2 comma b, 3 comma c. From 2 here we have f inverse whole inverse 1 comma a, 2 comma b, 3 comma c. So both are equal. Therefore f inverse whole inverse equal to f. Hence proved. That's it. So you are given f from set your domain to your codomain defined as your f of 1 equal to a, f of 2 equal to b, f of 3 equal to c. This can be written as f equal to 1 comma a, 2 comma b, 3 comma c. So clearly it is both 1 1 and onto. Clearly f is both 1 1 and onto. Therefore f is invertible. Then its inverse of the function exists. Here f inverse equal to in f interchanging first and second elements in every ordered pair. Here 1 comma a comma 1, 2 comma b, b comma 2, 3 comma c, c comma 3. Clearly f inverse is also invertible. F inverse is also invertible means clearly it is both 1 1 and onto. It is invertible means inverse of this function exists. Inverse of this f inverse. Inverse of f inverse exists. Then inverse of f inverse. Here interchanging in f inverse first and second elements in every ordered pair. A comma 1, 1 comma a, b comma 2, 2 comma b, c comma 3 means 3 comma c. called as equation 2. From equations 1 and 2, both are equal. Therefore, F inverse whole inverse equal to F. So now we go to 17th problem. Let F from x to y be an invertible function. Show that the inverse of F inverse is F, that is F inverse whole inverse equal to F. Let F from x to y be an invertible function. Show that the inverse of F inverse is F. The inverse of F inverse is equal to F. Here we have to prove this. We know the definition of invertible function. First I am writing definition of invertible function. Let F from x to y be an invertible function. Definition, then there exists a function, g from here y to x, such that definition, GOF equal to identity function. What is the domain of F? Means X, capital X, I subscript X, and FOG equal to identity function in subscript place domain of G, right? Domain of G, Y. Therefore, what we call here, therefore, definition, G is called inverse of the function. We know that. Definition, let F from x to y be an invertible function. Then there exists a function G from y to x such that GOF equal to I, domain of F here X, subscript plus X, and FOG equal to identity function in subscript plus domain of G. What is the domain of G? Means Y. Then G is called here, G is called inverse of F. Again I am taking same, the next step, GOF equal to IX and FOG equal to IY. Here substitute G equal to F inverse. Here we have G equal to F inverse. F inverse OF equal to IX and FO substituting G equal to F inverse equal to IY. Since G equal to F inverse. Correct. Minded. Here we have to prove that inverse of F equal to F itself. Therefore here I am taking, so GOF equal to identity function means this is called inverse of F. Already I explained GOF equal to identity function. Any composite function equal to identity function means here both functions G and F are inverse of each other. G is called inverse of F, F is called inverse of G. Therefore here I am taking time being, we are going to prove that inverse of F inverse equal to F. Therefore I am taking here F is called inverse of this. So clearly here F is invertible. We know that F inverse is also invertible. One thing mind it. According to definition we know that here F is invertible means F inverse also invertible. Yes, F inverse from here, F inverse from means y to x here. Here G equal to F inverse, y to x is invertible. Therefore inverse of this function exists. Therefore F is called the inverse of f inverse. That is, f is called the inverse of, this is inverse of f inverse. Got it? Very easy one. We know that f is invertible means f inverse is also invertible. Mind it. Let f from x to y be an invertible function. Definition we know that. Then there exists a function g from y to x such that g o f equal to I x, domain of x, f here x, and f o g equal to identity function, the domain of g is y. Then g is called the inverse of the function. Again take same here, g o f equal to identity function and f o g equal to identity function. Substitute here g equal to f inverse here. Here we have g equal to f inverse, g equal to f inverse, o f equal to identity function, and g equal to f inverse equal to identity function. You know that here f is invertible means f inverse is also invertible. Therefore, yes, f inverse is invertible. F from x to y means f inverse from y to x. Here, y to x is invertible. Therefore, inverse of this function exists. Therefore, f is called the inverse of f inverse. Inverse of f inverse. Therefore, inverse of this is f inverse of this f inverse. Inverse of f inverse equal to f. And f is called the inverse of f inverse. Hence, it is proved. So next 18th problem. If f from R to R be given by f of x, this is equal to 3 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3, then f of x is A option x power 1 by 3, B option x cube, C option x, D option 3 minus x cube. So mind it, this is also important for 2 marks for theory examination, mind it. This is a objective problem but important for also theory, mind it, very important one. F from R to R be given by, here we have f of x equal to 3 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3. Then what about this? Now take f of x. It is defined as, we know that, f of x. Yes, f of. Now substitute here f of x value. Here we have f of x value 3 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3. F of x value, this is correct. So I am denoting it by y here, where y equal to, this is y equal to 3 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3. Got it. Now define f of y. Here we have f of x. How to find f of y means replacing x by y, that's it. Replacing x by y. F of y equal to, here right side, 3 minus, here x equal to y cube whole power 1 by 3. Sorry. F of y, instead of another bracket I am taking close bracket, that's it. F of y here, f of y equal to 3 minus y cube whole power 1 by 3. Substituting here y value, 3 minus y equal to what here? Total y equal to, this is y value, base value only. This is 3 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3. This is y value. Whole cube means whole cube. This cube. Next square bracket whole power 1 by 3. Here 3, this 3 cancels. 3 cancels. 3 minus of here. 3 minus, here we have x cube only. Whole power 1 by 3. 3, multiply minus inside, minus into 3 minus 3, minus into minus plus x cube. Whole power 1 by 3. Plus 3 minus gets cancelled, here x cube. whole power 1 by 3. 3 cancels x. X means which is the right option? C option is the right option. Important for theory examination mind it is. F of x, f of x defined as, substitute f of x value this is 3 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3. Let denote this total here within bracket value by y, where y equal to this total value 3 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3. Now define f of y. Here replacing x by y, f of y this is equal to 3 minus x by y, 3 minus y cube here, y cube whole power 1 by 3. Substitute y value, be careful while substituting this, 3 minus here y, this is y only base value this is 3 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3. 3 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3. This is y value, whole cube, this is cube 3, this is 3. Next whole power 1 by 3. 3 cancels. Here 3 minus x cube remaining. Next whole power 1 by 3. Now multiplying here minus inside the bracket. 3 minus 3 minus into minus plus x cube whole power 1 by 3. 3 minus gets cancelled, x cube whole power 1 by 3. 3 cancel, x means 12. C option is the right option. So now we go to next one, 19th one. Last problem of the exercise. And I give one problem for homework, for example. So 19th problem, let f from R minus set minus 4 by 3 to R be a function defined as f of x equal to 4x divided by 3x plus 4 the inverse of f is the map G from range f to R minus set minus 4 by 3 given by A option G of y equal to 3y divided by 3 minus 4y, B option G of y equal to 4y divided by 4 minus 3y, C option G of y equal to 4y divided by 3 minus 4y, D option G of y equal to 3y divided by 4 minus 3. Let f from here, the domain of f, codomain of f. Domain means R minus set minus 4 by 3 means all the real numbers except this minus 4 by 3, a domain. And what about codomain means R, be a function defined as, here we have f of x equal to 4x by 3x plus 4. The inverse of f is the mapping. Here G means, if G is called inverse of f denoting here G. That from range up to here range up to R minus set minus 4 by 3 given by, means we have to, here G is called inverse of the function means we have to find inverse of the function, that's it. Very simple. Here f of x, here we have 4x divided by 3x plus 4. And domain value here means it is not equal to minus 4 by 3 here. This means x is not equal to minus 4 by 3 and any real number. When x equal to here minus 4 by 3, denominator becomes 0. Then what about means this function will not be defined. This means they are already given. Nothing to worry. Now take a G is called inverse of f means, let I am taking here G of y equal to x. Here G is called inverse of the function means G equal to f inverse. Got it? G is called here. G is the inverse of f. G is called inverse of f inverse of y equal to x. So called as equation 1 this is. We have to find x value first. Y equal to f of x. We shall find x value. Here x value is nothing but the inverse of the function. In any problem, find the inverse of the function means that x value here. F of x value, this is the range of the function. Here x value is nothing but the inverse of the function. Pre-major. Y equal to f of x value 4x divided by 3x plus 4. Shall find x value by taking cross multiplication y into 3x plus 4 equal to 4x. Y into 3x 3xy plus 4 into y 4y equal to 4x. Here 4y I am taking x to right side, 4x take to the right side plus become minus 3xy. 4y equal to, here I am taking x common here on right side, x common is remaining here 4, here x common means minus 3. Then what about here x equal to 4y divided by 4 minus 3. Interchanging LHS and RHS, 4y divided by 4 minus 3. Substitute x value in equation 1. From 1, g of y equal to x value 4y divided by 4 minus 3y, and that's it. So clearly x value here belongs to here domain of the function here, this is r minus, that is the inverse of the function. G of y equal to 4y divided by 4 minus 3y means clearly which is the option 4y divided by 4 minus 3y. 4y divided by 4 minus 3y, clearly B option is the right option. That's it. Very simple one. Let's take directly f inverse of y equal to, we can take x. Here g is called inverse of f, therefore g of y equal to x. Got it? Here inverse of the function exists means clearly f is invertible. Therefore we can write here f inverse of y equal to x, then y equal to f of x we write. Take f of x value, here we have 4x by 3x plus 4. Next by cross multiplication y into 3x plus 4. This is equal to 4x. Y into 3x 3xy plus 4 into y 4y equal to 4x. 4y equal to 4x, take this x term right side plus become minus 3xy. 4y equal to, we are taking x common 4 minus 3y. Then x equal to 4y divided by 4 minus 3y. X value. Substitute x value in equation 1. G of y equal to, here x value 4y divided by 4 minus 3y. So this is called inverse of the function. Mind it. Suppose in any competitive examination, find inverse of the function means directly shortcut method, just find x value. Let take f inverse of y equal to x. Here x value is nothing but the inverse of the function. Got it? Yes. This exercise has been finished. Next class we are going to discuss about binary operation. Last topic of your relations and functions chapter. Mind it. Thank you.